friends. I'm Cynthia Top. I'm going to go live with, well, I am live. Hi. A guided meditation in just a minute. But in the meantime, bear with me while I get this broadcasting in a couple different places. So, yeah, while my eyes are darting around on the screen as I'm trying to share this. Okay, share. And I'll start in just a second here. I'm going to get this going in the Facebook group, How to Create a Magical Life. Okay. Okay, so now I can come back to where I was. Alrighty, and it is exactly 10 o'clock, which is when I said I would start. So let's start. So hello there, I am Cynthia Top, and I am the host of the Facebook group, How to Create a Magical Life. And I would love for you to join me. If you haven't joined the group yet, I put the link in the little comments here. So yeah, join me and learn with me and a group of other people about how we create our magical lives. So what we're going to do today, I want to take you on a guided meditation. And when I put out the teaser for this, I said, I can make you disappear. And the reason I said that is with this particular way of meditating, I have the weirdest feeling that the material realm becomes transparent and I can see through it. And the objects around me and my body and the people in my life, it's like the material part disappears for a second and I can see into the truth of what's really there. So I want to teach you this technique and walk you through it. So you know how, well, duh, you do know, our bodies are made up of molecules, which are made up of atoms, which are made up of subatomic particles, and even smaller than that. And they say that the amount of empty space, like void, in between those tiniest subatomic particles, if you drew that out, proportionally, it would be the same as the amount of space in between stars and galaxies. All of that space within these tiny bits of something, whatever it is. So our bodies are made up, are not just our bodies, our world is made up of a huge amount of space, of emptiness, of void, with these tiny particles that somehow are held together energetically and form what we think of as ourselves and other people and objects. There is a wonderful book called The Afterlife of Billy Fingers, and it's written by a woman who, her brother died tragically, and then he came back and told her all kinds of things about his experience in the world beyond death. One of the things I took away when I've read that book a couple times, he says, we're all made up of stars and galaxies. We're all stars and galaxies. And I love that idea because we understand that we're molecules and atoms in space. we're also stars and galaxies. And I know people say, yeah, we're made of stardust. We're made of the same things that the rest of the universe is made of. But what I want to focus on today is the fact that we are made up of space. And as I do this meditation, I'm going to just be saying over and over, stars and galaxies. We're made up of stars and galaxies. And when I say that, think of all that space out there between all the stars and galaxies and all that empty space in between. That's what this realm is. And I've been practicing this particular way of meditating for quite a while now. And like I said in that little teaser, I have these moments of feeling like everything, the material realm, it's as though it disappears. It flashes out for me. It becomes transparent. And what I see is stars and galaxies. So I'm just going to lead you in the way I do this. And the wonderful thing about meditating is, despite the fact that there are some very strong traditions about how to meditate, there's really no right or wrong way. So close your eyes and just breathe a couple times. And then there's no right or wrong with this. So I'm just going to pick a random body part. So let's all focus on our left knee. Just become really aware right now of your left knee. Notice any physical sensations. Maybe it hurts for some reason, or feels tight. Then begin to turn your attention to how intensely alive your left knee is. See if you can feel or sense inside your left knee how it's an intensely alive energy field. With your eyes closed and not moving your body, how do you even know your knee is there? Well, somehow you're feeling its aliveness. And then begin to imagine how your left knee is made up of molecules. And those molecules are made up of atoms. And those atoms are made up of little subatomic particles that are spinning around the nucleus of each atom. And the proportions between the size of the nucleus and the size of those subatomic particles that are revolving around it is pretty similar to our solar system and the sun and the planets. So take yourself in again to your left knee. It's an intensely alive energy field. See if you can feel that energy. How do you know your knee is there when you have your eyes closed and you're not moving your knee? See if you can feel that. And then just turn your attention again to all those molecules that make up your knee. And then the atoms. And then the nucleus of the atoms with all the particles revolving. And then let yourself sense or feel or see in your mind's eye all of the space in between the nucleus of each of those atoms and the subatomic particles spinning around them. All the space that makes up what you call your left knee. Now imagine that space. It doesn't just stop at the surface of your skin. Imagine that you can see or sense or feel that space continuing out into the air around your left knee, or the fabric of your clothing, or the furniture that you're sitting on right now. We know that we're permeable, that our skin absorbs things, but we're even more permeable in that. There's space flowing in and out between those subatomic particles that make up your left knee. And now follow that sense of space in a line up or out, up into the atmosphere. The space inside your left knee is the same space in between the air molecules of the atmosphere. And just see, sense, feel, imagine you're following that space out to the edges of the atmosphere where it all gets thinner and there's even more space. And now follow that sense of space right out into what we call outer space. That void where there aren't molecules and atoms as closely together, or not at all. Just imagine this continuous line of space from your left knee all the way out into outer space. It's all stars and galaxies. Your left knee, what's out there in outer space, the atoms that look like little solar systems with the nucleus and the subatomic particles. And just kind of anchor that thought as this line of continuous space from outer space down to that left knee. And then, as you focus on your left knee, allow that sense or feeling or seeing or imagining of space to continue down your left leg and your left foot. All those molecules and all the emptiness that makes up those molecules. Let that sense of space fill your leg from your left knee down to your foot. So much nothing. And then let that sense of emptiness, your awareness of all of that void, flow up your leg and into your hips and down your right leg. And just look again at that continuous line of nothing all the way out to space. It runs up through the building you're in and the atmosphere and out to outer space. And it runs right back down where you can see that your hips and both your legs and feet are made of stars and galaxies. And I want to expand this sense of knowing the space inside of us. And I'm just going to say, breathe in stars and galaxies. And as you breathe, just imagine that you're expanding that knowing of space into each of the body parts, and as I'm guiding you. So breathe stars and galaxies into your torso. And breathe those stars and galaxies into your shoulders and your arms and your hands and fingers. And breathe those stars and galaxies into your neck and your head. It's all just space with atoms, with so much space making them up. And now breathe stars and galaxies into a space around your whole body that extends several inches or a foot or so all the way around you. And if you're having thoughts come up for you during this, see if you can find the place where you experience your thoughts. For a lot of us, it's almost like this imaginary thought bubble like you'd draw in a cartoon, which is why we draw it that way. So just imagine you're breathing stars and galaxies into the place that your thoughts spring from. And now I want you to just choose something you want to send energy to, send love to, pray for, something that you feel compassion for. It might be a person you love. It might be a situation. It might be some health concern of yours or somebody who's dear to you. Just imagine that situation or person right in front of you. And as we breathe, just breathe stars and galaxies into that situation or person. That situation is just made up as well of subatomic particles and the energy that holds them together in this vast, vast amount of space. And just imagine or sense or see that person or situation and all the stars and galaxies you're breathing into them. You're filling them with something that is what the universe is made of. It's consciousness. Excuse me. And now just let that sense of you as stars and galaxies and the space around your body, the stars and galaxies, and this connection to this situation that's painful to you, a person that's struggling, the stars and galaxies there. And let's just start expanding it. So expand out as you breathe in, expand out that concentric circle where you've seen the stars and galaxies, where you're aware of space, void, with only tiny, tiny bits of what we call matter, and all this energy holding it together. Just expand that out. Keep expanding and let it fill your awareness of your world. All the people you love, all the things that challenge you, stars and galaxies. It's all just space. And now let your awareness expand even larger and breathe stars and galaxies into your whole country and your continent. And the whole planet. And let yourself be in a place of internal vision where you can see our planet, all those beautiful greens and blues and the clouds. And just breathe into all the space that makes up our planet. It's all stars and galaxies. And from this huge, expansive awareness, from that place, just look around and see our other planets and the sun, all that space. And then just let your awareness expand and expand so that you can see all the space of our galaxy, the Milky Way. And our little solar system is just one little pinprick of light in all that vast space. And then just keep breathing in and allow your awareness to expand even bigger so that our galaxy, the Milky Way, you can see beyond that. You can see the next galaxies, the Andromeda galaxy, and all the others, and all that space. All that space, even our galaxy is just one little dot of light in all that space of all the galaxies. Now, just I'm holding out my hands. If that feels good to you, you might want to do it too. And I'm asking for us to receive an understanding that all that space is consciousness itself, is universal intelligence, is God, is the divine, is the thing that holds the universe and us together. Now, just imagine in that space of the incredible, vast emptiness of the universe, that you can draw all of that consciousness, all of that godness, right back down that line of space that we drew right at the beginning, right back to your left knee, right to your whole body, and directly to whatever that situation or person that is a challenge or that you're struggling with. And allow yourself for a moment just to feel that line of space that we drew as a conduit of all that consciousness, all that divineness coming to you. It's part of you. It's flowing in all the time in between all those spaces, all that void of you. And it's healing and it's loving and it's peaceful. And we can send that. We can be that conduit. We can direct that to whatever is troubling us, whatever is breaking our hearts. So just, for me, it helps to do it with my hands and to actually see that energy going out right now to the person that I chose to focus on right now, who needs some extra support and love and encouragement. And then just very gently draw your attention back to your body. We can, when we do this and we become really big, it's always good to finish by coming back to your body. So wiggle your fingers a little bit, wiggle your toes, shrug your shoulders, just shake a little bit, and come back into your normal understanding of your body, your normal experience of your body. And then just gently open your eyes. Hi. Oh, I feel really super relaxed now. Yeah, so come back to me. And when we do something like this, the thing is we can do it anytime. What I took you through is not just an experience that we can go to. It's reality. That all that space, it's always there. All I did was help you open your awareness to it so that we can bring that understanding of the vastness of the consciousness that lives within us, that godness that lives within us, so that we can bring that into our daily lives. We can connect it to the things we touch and feel. So take a couple deep breaths. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cynthia Top, and if you want more of this, join me in my free Facebook group if you're not there already. The link to it is in the comments there. And yeah, thank you for being part of my journey with me today. Ciao for now.